Are you trying to fuck me? What's a jacket like you doing, going floor to floor, asking around for me? Do you know how that looks? A fresh-faced, bright-eyed jacket acting like their word means anything in this building. I have half a mind to throw you off the 210th. Then you'll know why they call me the Red Magnolia. Yeah, you found me. Great job getting bagged. So, spill. Why didn't my boys turn that badge into a bullseye? You must have said something to convince them not to cash in the 50 cred bounty. I owe you a favor? Seriously? And the bishops fucking believed you? I don't owe anyone anything, especially not a jacket. I don't think I have the patience to throw you out a window. Choose your next words carefully. What? You saved my niece's life? Ugh, fuck this. Give me a pike a sec. Hey, kiddo. Doing a cross-check. Gotta make it quick. Need a description of the jacket that tackled you from that drive-by. Managed to catch a name? It's on their chest. All right, thanks. Love you. Bye. All right, your favor is paid. My boys will take you down to the 17th. No, you misunderstand. My favor is that I didn't shoot you in the face. My favor is that my men didn't throw you off the side. My favor is that you get to walk around my building. Anything more than that, it becomes a transaction. So tell me, do you want to make it a transaction? Now we're talking. You looking to be on my payroll? Buy some things only I can offer? Or are you finally tired of the legal life? Information. I can work with that. Sadly, I set the prices. I'm taking your service vehicle, no objections. And make your questions count, or you might just end up owing me. Huh. Is this part of an investigation, or are you building a case? 'Cause you're nowhere near paid enough to ask about the origin of Slow. A personal investigation. I'm sure you know already. The official answer is no one fucking knows. But, luckily for you, I deal in a bit more than just the official answer. It came from up north. Far north. Some genius in a shitty apartment typed up the recipe. Story gets murkier beyond that. The whispers say his name was Eden. Or was it Ethan? A chemical engineer that was laid off. Or a junkie that got lucky. He made it rich. He was murdered for the recipe. Or did he die and some prostitute find it? Whatever it was, Slow ran its course in the levels, then to the streets. Everyone wanted to know how it felt to stretch an hour into days. It got big too fast. There was a hit. Or was it a coup? A raid, maybe? But just like that, Slow was off market. Every puff up in ashes. Recipe lost as a minigun tore through the computer it was on. Or maybe it was an exploding fridge. But it's still kicking. There's no denying that. Someone lifted it off a junkie before the last hit was spent. But who? Humor me for a moment. Imagine you had a drug that could slow down your perception of time, turning 1 minute into an hour and a half, an hour into 4 days, a day into 3 months. You take a whiff of it before every deadline and fight. Take out the high, and that's a Tier 7 combat drug. Look, I'm not one for conspiracies, but there's traces if you know where to look. However, that's all you're getting with just your cruiser. I'll need your pistol, rifle, shotgun, and vest if you want me to keep going. What? Don't like the rates? They'll chew your ass out at the station, but I think that's better than walking out of here empty-handed. All you got were a bunch of stories, all of them barely true. I've got something real cooked up, if you're looking to pay. Good pig. My boys already lifted your weapons. You just gotta take your shirt off at the exit. Do you know when I committed my first crime? Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. I was 6. I didn't choose to do it. It was Lake Plumber. Weird fucking name, I know, but that was the boss before last. He got a shipment in from his vet friend. You see, Plumber and her fought together. Where she got into security, Plumber stayed in this shithole. They stayed in touch, a friend in a high place. But friends in high places work both ways. A rocket launcher or two would go missing, he'd supply everything a party needs. Rifles down, drugs and girls up. But this time it was different. The drugs went down, and all Plumber had to do was sell them. They snatched me from a vending machine, and they put me in front of him, the ugliest man I've ever seen. A mouthful of titanium teeth and eyebrows replaced with diamonds. There was this big case on his desk, absolutely lined with lead and tech. And inside, there was a book and some huffers. One of them held me down as I got a face full of slow. And just like that, everything changed. I could hear my heart in my head. Every breath felt like my first. I felt the air tug on each of my hairs. I saw the dust stand still in front of me. It was like the world stopped, and I was the only thing alive. Everyone was standing there, watching me, waiting for something to happen. And I noticed it. They weren't still. They were just too slow. The brunt of it started to fade. Everyone still moved like they were underwater, but at least they moved. Then the doors slammed open, a man with a bag on his head thrown on the floor. I could see the sound waves in the air before they hit my ears, but I couldn't understand a word anyone was saying. Next thing I knew, someone put a gun in my hands and wrapped it in their own. Even in slow motion, it was all too fast. With their finger over mine, the trigger was pulled. That pain as the gun jumped back is the worst pain I have felt in my life, stretched out by the slow. It felt like my hands broke from my wrists to the tips of my fingers. like they were crushed slowly in a hydraulic press. The shaking after was the worst. I felt every involuntary twitch as the men around the room congratulated me on my first kill. They were slapping my back, pushing me around. To me, they were giants, slow and rumbling. But all that time in the room let me get a good look at the logo on that case. I'll give you a hint. It starts with a W and shits out bullets for the military. I'm not crazy. I even saw it again in one of the old cook rooms. There was a recipe in that book, and those pages were taped to the wall when I took over. Still not piecing it together, Jacket? They had a new drug and no way to test it. Not safely, not legally. With practical applications, the side effects, the long-term health, what better way to learn than to let it run rampant in this megablock? The history doesn't lie, Jacket. The government has done this before. Plus, there's something simple you're missing. Something very simple. Oh, no, Jacket. This bit will cost you extra. I need your number. You're gonna be on my payroll. Is your personal investigation really worth it? Are you really willing to owe me a debt you can never fully repay? Wow. I guess it really is personal. No hesitation. Good work, Jacket. I'm just about starting to like you. Saves me the trouble of blackmail. When you joined the force, they told you about the no-go zones, right? Places in the city you aren't allowed to enter. Most of it is legal stuff. Corpos, the type that'll shit the bed if you enter unannounced. The only time you actually need a warrant. Then there's things the government wants to keep quiet. And if it really needs an investigation, it'll be a suit that handles it, not a jacket. But there's also the single exception. This building. All 210 floors of it. No patrols, no raids, no investigations. And that's not just because we shoot on sight. I'm not so special. Other megablocks do the same. Other megablocks have united all the floors. The difference is that when they become too much of a problem, they send the bulls in, busting down each door one by one, shooting anyone with a gun in their hand. But here, in Building 22, they make sure to get out of the way. Not mine, not cysts, and not plumbers. They can't get in the way of the experiment. It's been the policy since I was 6. And you may not be a detective, but I'm sure you noticed that I'm not quite 6 anymore. Look into it. The no-go was put in place just around the time Slow made it on the scene. The cases are long gone, but I'll let you take a quick peek at those pages. And as for who invented Slow, well, I don't think it matters now. But I'll do some more digging just for you. Now, we talk exit plan. This bag is going over your head. The blue caps are going to bruise your ribs and break your nose. They're going to throw you onto the street, and you're walking to your precinct. Look, you walked into my building, get shaken down for your car, for your guns, for everything, and you don't get beaten? That'll raise the alarms. They'll know you're a dirty badge the moment they look at you. So relax. It's only pain. You ready? Don't care.